Yo, what's going on, dudes? We're back with another episode in our full BT6 playthrough, and in today's episode, we're going to be continuing with our Cabin Black Border. So in yesterday's episode, we ended up beating double HP Moabs, so in today's episode, we're going to be continuing with half cash mode. So if you guys remember, I wanted to go through and I wanted to come up with like a better half cash strategy where we can make a little bit of extra money, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. I want to come up with a half cash strategy where we can use a lot of like farming because one thing I'm really like not really good at is farming when I'm playing in half cash mode. So luckily I ended up getting the monkey knowledge point that gives us extra starting cash. So now we can start off with the double dart monkey start, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself 3 dart monkeys. Now I'm gonna be using Benjamin as my hero because using Benjamin as my hero will give us a little bit more money to work with in the first 40 rounds, right? And then I think what I want to do with the Benjamin is I also want to try to go for a monkey buccaneer, because the monkey buccaneer is definitely a really good tower for farming in half cash mode because it has a decent amount of popping power. On top of that, it can pop camo balloons as well as it can pop lead balloons as well. Now the only thing that's kind of upsetting about like using Benjamin as my hero for half cash mode is Benjamin is a super expensive hero for this type of mode. Like normally it would be better to go for Sada or something else, but I'm hoping that Benjamin will be able to make me that little bit of extra money that I feel like I'm missing whenever I'm playing half cash mode. All right, so round 13, we almost have enough money to buy our Benjamin, but it looks like we're going to be eating a couple of lives here. I think it'll be worth it as long as we can get our Benjamin. I almost want to grab like another tower, but we still have our pregame prep at the end of the track, as well as we still have our mana shield. So I think it's worth it to buy our Benjamin right now, and then try to save up enough money to buy our monkey buccaneer, because like I was saying, I think going for a merchantman is going to be one of our best bets here, because we could go for a banana farm, but I feel like going for the merchantman, like I was saying, is a little bit of a better investment because we're investing in our defense as well as we're investing in money, right? So round 17, let's go ahead and buy this monkey buccaneer, and then let's place this monkey buccaneer right here. Now with this monkey buccaneer, because we're gonna need a little bit more popping power, I'm gonna go ahead and buy grave shots first. That we have that little bit of extra popping pizzazz. Now ideally we could go for the camo detection, but I don't feel like we need it right now, right? We definitely need more popping power though, so I think, like I was saying, grave shots is going to be the better investment. So currently we're down to 65 lives. Like, man, Benjamin is just such an expensive hero for this game mode, and you want to get Benjamin as soon as possible. That way he gets his Trojan before round 40, right? So now that we have the grape shots, let's go ahead and buy Crow's Nest to increase our range. And man, like, we're still leaking lives, dudes. Like, should I have gone for a better defense instead of buying Benjamin this early on? I think I almost want to go and upgrade my dart monkey, to be honest, to buy crossbow, because I know crossbow will be able to help us out a ton. Plus it's not like a super expensive upgrade. And on top of that, we also need to buy hot shots as well. Oh man, this is like where like I don't know exactly what I want to do because dude, we're gonna have to buy hot shots, otherwise we're not gonna be able to pop the lead balloons, right? Because we're not gonna be able to make enough money to buy the crossbow and the hot shots before round 28. Or actually we might be able to. It'll just be kind of close, right? Let me see. Dude, this is so sketchy. We just need a little bit more money. Yeah, so I'm definitely glad I went for the hot shots first. Like, even though we have the crossbow now, like I still feel like it would have been a little bit too close. So let's go ahead and grab a very quick shots, and then I think I want to try to save up to buy sharpshooter, but I don't know if we're going to be able to afford it, right? Like, I feel like it'll be really close. And even though we have our crossbow, it's still not doing amazing. And we still don't have like any like merchantmen or any other towers that are going to make us a little bit of extra money. So I think we're going to have to wait until past round 40 to go for the merchantmen. Like, I almost think that Benjamin's not a good tower to go for when I'm trying to farm in half cash mode. Like, I probably should have went for a different tower, to be honest, or a different hero, because if we went for Sada, there's no way we would have lost like any lives. Like we'd probably still have the pregame prep at the end of the road. But then again, if we were playing on an expert map, like this definitely would not have worked, right? So we're still struggling. What other towers? We need like Moab damage for round 40. But I want to buy our first merchantman. Because if we don't buy our first merchantman, then we're not going to be able to make like a bunch of money. And as long as we can get our first merchantman before round 40, oh man, dude, like this is like such a sketchy like combo. But so far, it's not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. So that made us a little bit more money. So I wonder if I can buy myself another crossbow. And then I think for round 40, I'll have to activate Benjamin's level 3 in order to deal with the Moab balloon. All right, so let's go ahead. Actually, I don't think we need to do it because we have a bench Trojan now. So let's go and buy a second sharpshooter. And then after we buy the second sharpshooter, we'll go ahead and we'll buy another merchantman. Now that we have this merchantman, we're not making a ton of cash, but we're definitely making a little bit more, right? So it's like an extra $100 per round, or a little bit over $100 per round. It's definitely worth it. So now I'm not going to worry about buying hot shots or anything like that. I'm just going to be going straight for a second merchantman. So these blues are giving us a little bit of a hard time. So I think what I want to do is I want to buy myself an alchemist. And I want to buy a berserker brew because if I can buy myself a berserker brew, that's going to increase our tower's attack power. And I think it would be worth it for our 2 sharpshooters at the start of the track. We're probably going to leak a couple more lives here, but it's not the end of the world, right? All right, so let's go ahead and grab a paragon potions. And with this alchemist, I don't want to buy stronger stimulant yet. I want to buy another merchantman first. And then after I buy another merchantman, then we'll go ahead. I think we can get away with one more before we need to buy our recursive cluster for round 63. So yeah, just having this alchemist next to our dart monkeys is a really good investment, right? Now I don't want the alchemist to like buff any of our monkey buccaneers. I only want our alchemist to focus on our 2 dart monkeys here in the center of the map. So far so good. Round 54, this is definitely going to be the last merchantman that we're going to buy, right? Because now we're definitely having more and more balloons slip through. Like we definitely won't lose from this, but it's still pretty sketchy, right? Like it's a good thing that Benjamin gives us more lives back. So now we definitely want to start going for our recursive cluster. So we'll go ahead and buy the bomb shooter right here, and then we'll start going for our recursive cluster. That way we have our recursive cluster for round 63. Because if we don't have the recursive cluster for round 63, I feel like we're gonna lose. Man, this is definitely not the way to go about this at all. I was like kind of hopeful about it at first, but this is definitely not a good strategy at all. I definitely should have went with Soda instead, or one of the other heroes, because even though like Benjamin's Trojan is helping us out a ton, I still feel like it's kind of lacking for the amount of money that Benjamin costs. So there's our recursive cluster, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about any balloons slipping through now. I do want to buy bigger bombs and heavy bombs though. So it's working. We just had to sacrifice a bunch of lives in order to like buy our merchantmen, as well as we had to sacrifice a bunch of lives for our recursive cluster too. So I'm a little bit worried about this BFB. Hopefully it's not too difficult for our towers to deal with. And perfect. Man, the recursive cluster was definitely the way to go here, right? Let's just go ahead and buy jungle drums to increase our tower's popping power as well. And then I also want to grab primary training and then primary mentoring as well. And then after we have primary mentoring, that'll increase our recursive cluster's range, so it'll be able to be a little bit more effective, right? So even though I went through all of the pain of like buying Benjamin, our defense is like no better than like my strategy that I normally use for a half cash mode. Like it almost feels like a giant waste. All right, so I ended up buying myself another dart monkey because I really like the range of the dart monkey. Now I want to go ahead and buy myself probably radar scanner. No, let's go and buy our primary mentoring. But then again, with how slow the recursive cluster shoots, I feel like radar scanner is going to be the better investment. Now, I did swap my bomb shooter over really close for round 63. I don't know if I mentioned that before, because the bomb shooter usually does a pretty good when you have it set to close, right? Now, because we do have the monkey village here, I feel like it would be a good investment to grab ourselves a tack shooter as well. And then with this tack shooter, let's go ahead. We'll upgrade this one up to overdrive, and then we'll buy ourselves a ring of fire and place the ring of fire where this star monkey is right here, right? But so far, on a scale of 1 to 10 for this strategy being good or not, I would probably have to rate this like a 4. Because it's working, but like it's no better than my usual half cash strategy. So we're definitely gonna have to like try something a little bit different. Maybe instead of using Benjamin, I swap over to like Quincy or Sada. That way we can buy our hero at a much earlier round, and the hero would be a little bit more effective. Like, I like the merchantman for sure. It's just I feel like in the early game when we're going for the merchantman, we just lack that popping power that we need in order not to leak too many lives. So I feel like if we replace Benjamin with a hero that has a little bit more popping pizzazz, it would be a little bit better. Like the bonus of having the Trojan for Benjamin is good, but I definitely feel like the benefits of a different hero would outweigh having that Trojan. In total, Benjamin's made us about $6,000, and I feel like the merchantman would make us a little bit more if we bought the merchantman at a little bit of an earlier round, right? So let's just go ahead and buy stronger stimulant on this alchemist. We still are lacking Moab damage, so I think I want to go ahead and buy myself like a Moab assassin, because I feel like the Moab assassin would allow us to do a little bit more damage to the ZOMG balloon on round 80. And then because we have all of these merchantmen, we can actually sell these merchantmen for another tower. That's definitely a bonus, right? I almost want to buy myself like an Operation Dartstorm as well. So maybe on round 79, I'll buy myself an Operation Dartstorm. As well as we'll have the Moab Assassin too. All right, so round 79, let's go ahead. We'll sell all of these merchantmen. We'll buy our Moab Assassin, and then let's also buy ourselves an Operation Darkstorm to give us a little bit more damage up against the ZOMG. And we still have $4,000 left over. But yeah, 100% the merchantmen are definitely worth it. It's just I feel like we could have used a different hero. Like I was saying, like if we would have had Sada or one of the heroes that do a little bit more damage at the start, I wouldn't have had to spend as much money on a defense. But all right, dudes, so there we have it. We have officially beaten half cash mode on the cabin using a little bit of a different half cash strategy. But anyways, dudes, that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well, because I do upload daily BT6 content. But again, dudes, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.